Hello everybody, welcome to another edition of One Take Only. My name is George Phillips, this is my cohort John McClellan, and we're here to discuss racing. And John, we hadn't been here in a while. It's been about a month.
I know, and I've been missing it, and I know that some of our fans out there have been writing to us and wanting us on, and guys, we want to be here too.
Believe it or not, we have gotten emails and people asking us when are we going to do it again, so here we are. Real quickly, we have had a couple of races since we were last here. Had a good race in Baltimore that Willpower won.
Great race in Baltimore.
Had a not so good race in Japan this past weekend that Scott Dixon did win. Willpower came up in second, and he is now leading Dario Franchitti by 11 points.
Legitimately, too. No gimmies from Texas or any of that stuff.
No, so we do have two more ovals going. I think Willpower really has his work cut out for him because I'm still not so sure how good he is on the ovals. But you know what? I'm not here to talk about ovals or Willpower. What I really want to talk about, you've got the Penske hat. I've got I even broke tradition.
Right.
I wear this shirt only when I attend races live. I did bring it out tonight. So, but we also have our Penske car here. You call it a Sam Hornish car. I like to call it a Ryan Briscoe car. But
that's Sam Hornish. That's him in there.
But well, that's a plastic dog. But I do want to talk about Team Penske. An article that I wrote for Wednesday kind of discussed this, but Roger Penske probably looks like he's got some tough decisions to make coming up at the end of the season.
Yes, he does.
And I think everyone's pretty much in agreement that Willpower is safe. He's got full sponsorship. He may or may not win the championship, but he's been up there all year long, and he's been consistent ever since he sat in a Penske car temporarily in 2009. He's been consistently up there. He still needs to prove himself on ovals, but he is safe. John, it's raining out here.
Yeah, well, not too much. But hey, George, I want to talk about Will, for instance. Will, that guy, he is driven. He is driven. He
not like the movie.
No, not like the movie. But no, he's a driven. When I saw him down at Barber, I just thought, boy, you know, that guy, he's on. He is on. You can tell by the, you know, what he did to the cameras that we talked about that he got fined for. But the guy, he is a monster to win. He's in it. He's got the eye. I think he's going to do it too.
But
it's kind of a guy Penske likes to have driving.
And I know you like his victory celebration too.
No, I don't. Hey, you know, we talk to a lot of people, and a lot of people watch us. But I'm only going to talk just this 1 second to one guy. Will, don't jump off that car anymore. Don't do that.
Not real manly?
Nah, I didn't like it.
No,
I didn't like it.
That's not
His man car's going to get pulled, and that's not going to be a good sight. Because we want you to keep your man card, because I think you're going to win the points, and you're going to eventually be a 500-mile winner.
Well, we'll see about that.
I think.
But the big decision Roger Penske has is, it looks like, you know, for this year, he pretty much ran Ryan Briscoe out of his own pocket. And as I pointed out on Wednesday, wealthy people didn't get that way by being foolish with their money. It's not real wise to throw their money around. And so I think that if sponsorship doesn't come to both of those cars very soon, one of the two drivers is going to go. And quite honestly, I don't know which one will go, and I'm not sure that I know which one should go. I think there's compelling arguments to keeping each one. I think there's compelling arguments to maybe letting one of them go. What do you think?
Okay, what I think is this. First off, I love Penske, a premier team. They're always a lot of fun to watch, and the things that he can do in the last minute, like his 500 victory with Al Sr., awesome. Al gets his fourth 500. This year, I can't take my eyes off of him like ever. But Will's doing great, so he's in for next year. Brian Briscoe, he had a tough luck at Indianapolis.
And that was not his fault.
No, he was running the best.
Yeah, that was actually Townsend Bell's fault.
That's right. He had tough luck. Tough luck at Barber. I thought that you know,
your buddy,
my boy, got into him.
Hunter Ray took him up there.
That's right.
But then Briscoe paid him back at Baltimore.
Yeah, he sure did. Yes, he did. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
I like Briscoe. I think he's a personable fella. He's one of the nicest guys in the paddock, in the garage area. there are Milwaukee a couple of years ago when he got that big win, that first big win that he got at Milwaukee. That showed a lot to me.
Yeah. When his back was up against the wall.
That's
there.
right. It was up against the wall, and he came in, worked hard for it.
Of course, you know, and sorry for interrupting, but it kind of comes back to the fact, though, his back was against the wall because, I mean, everybody was screaming, you know, nobody even thought he'd finish the season.
He made some bad moves the year before, too.
And, well, even the race, remember the race before was when Danica stomped towards him at Indianapolis. But, you know, his back was up against the wall. He was getting criticized, so what did he do? Pulled out a win. And he's done that a couple of times, which kind of makes you wonder, is there a lack of concentration there? I mean, we've seen his brain fades at Motegi in 09, 2010 at Brazil when he was leading and unforced error there. It's kind of become a pattern with Ryan Briscoe. He can have some beautiful drives, and he can just make some boneheaded mistakes the very next race.
And you know, George, he's driving the number 6 Penske car, too. That's a big deal. I tell you what, it wouldn't surprise me, though, if both Elio and Briscoe were out.
See, I don't see that happening. I think one of them is good. I think there's a good chance one will go, but I also think another one will stay.
Well, you know, your article, by the way, it was dynamite.
Thank you.
It really was.
Aren't they all?
Yeah. Well, this one was particularly one of my favorites. All of them are good. There's none better, but this one was a favorite of mine because it talked about Penske, and we really looked at a lot of that. I'm agreeing with you, but I mean, who's to say he doesn't bring Sam Hornish back? A lot of people don't like Sam, but Sam is a proven entity. He's a winner in Indianapolis, Indy driving. He can do the deal.
First of all, I don't think Sam wants to come back. He and I haven't discussed it, so that's
me
just
either, and I can't say that.
But that's just my hunch. I think he's done all he wants to do in IndyCar. I don't think he wants to come back. And just call it what it is. He was a failure in stock cars, and he did. I think he had a 5th place finish in nationwide at Chicago this past weekend.
He's had a couple of nice finishes here in Nashville, which is a tough track to race on. He did a great job. Came in 4th or 5th here. So yeah, he's done a couple of good things at Nationwide this year.
I'm not sure that he wants to come back. I think he's comfortable, and I think he made his money in IndyCar. I think he wanted to try stock cars. That didn't work out. I think he's still going to dabble in that, but I'm not sure we're ever going to see Sam Hornish at the top in any series anymore. But that's my opinion.
Okay, now my opinion of Sam is that he gets comfortable when he puts it out on the edge. And why I say that is that guy likes to take it and go around on the top, and that is for a guy that really, you know, he's got the guts and he can do it.
Okay. Well, let's talk about somebody who is still with Team Penske, and that's Elio. Elio is, what, 36, I believe?
Never won a championship.
Has never won a championship, but
Spider-Man.
This is big. He's got 3 Indy 500 baby boards in his office.
I'd rather have that.
I think that carries a lot more weight with Roger Penske than multiple championships.
Wouldn't you rather have baby boards?
Sure I would.
Yeah, me too.
But but then again, Elio's got some baggage. I mean, he's had a horrible season this season, and most of it has been self-inflicted.
And he goes off on a tangent when things don't go his way.
Yeah.
That tweet, his Twitter the other day was just unnecessary.
His tweet.
He didn't need to do that. Elio, you didn't need to do that, and stay away from that stuff. All you drivers, stay away from that after the race.
But you know, I could understand his meltdown at Edmonton last season. Quite honestly, I don't know what his gripe is with Brian Barnhart on this one, because as Kirk Cavan pointed out the other day on his Q&A, I mean, it's pretty cut and dry. He passed under a local yellow. It's there. I mean,
I saw it in the rule book.
Yeah, so that's pretty much racing 101. You don't on a road course, you can't pass a car on a local yellow, and he did.
He did,
and he suffered the consequences. So
and it's too bad too, because he could have passed a little earlier, or I mean a little later, and then everybody would have had the original or the deal.
I'm just not so sure if you got to cut one. I'm not sure which one you do. I mean, you got Briscoe, who will turn 30 this weekend, so he's not a young Charger anymore. He's got 6 wins to his credit with Penske. But nice guy.
Nice guy. Great.
Nice guys run mid-pack.
That's right.
But sponsors don't know him. Sponsors know Elio, and like it or not, that's key because it's sponsors that write the checks and they keep the cash flow going. So I'm just not sure which way. And it could be that he brings all 3 back. Could be your scenario where he cuts them both loose and comes up with somebody else. Here comes an airplane. But it's a tough place to be in. What are your final thoughts?
Okay, final thoughts on that is, no telling what Roger's going to do. And like you pointed out to me, usually he's got things made up by the end of this season. But he's got 2 guys in the car that he doesn't. So we're not going to see any movement until after the last race
at Las Vegas.
Las Vegas.
But I think we'll see something soon after that.
Yeah, soon after that. I don't know who is that. You knew that he was gunning for Hornish. The last time there was, he was picking somebody.
Yeah, but the difference there is
and
that
his son brought in Will Power.
Jill DeFerrin was retiring.
I know it, but you still knew that he was midway through the year who he was gunning for. I can't think of anybody that is a current driver that he would be gunning for right now, unless of course he thought Ryan Hunter-Reay was somebody he'd like to get.
I can't see that. I think he's where he's at, and I keep hearing people saying, "How about Simona?" Come on, get real. I like Simona.
Not going to happen.
She needs to be in a better car than what she's in,
right.
But she's not ready to step into a Penske ride yet.
Step into that car that is going to be empty this next year. Needs a new driver, free seat over there at Andretti.
That's Weldon's seat.
Oh.
But we can talk about that another time.
That's my guy right there too, Weldon. Hey, listen, George. Before we go, Ron McQueen.
He retired.
Retired, and so you knew that too?
I did.
Yeah. Well, listen, I want to just say that guy has taken some of the most iconic photographs of Indianapolis history and IndyCar racing history, and I've got a couple of his pictures.
I think we all do.
Yeah, up on my wall, signed. I got a beautiful one with Rick Mears, by the way, who was a great Penske driver. And I'm going to tell you what, whoever Roger gets, it's going to be a lot of fun. It is. It's going to be a lot of fun to have him. And I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next year. I think Penske's going to come out of the blocks racing next year, not like they did this year.
They need to pick things up. Real quickly, we're going to try and do this a little more often. We got Labor Day and everything got in the way with us, but we're going to try and keep it outside on the back porch. This is my back porch.
It's George's back porch.
Until after the beautiful fall foliage, and then once the leaves go off the trees, we're going to take it to John's house.
I've got a wonderful tent, and you can see those Ron McQueen photos up there. Okay?
And real quick, and this is putting him on the spot. I hope he watches this, but in case you didn't know, one of our favorite commenters on the site, the Speed Geek, has moved to Nashville, and we might see if we can get him to join us on a couple of these.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So, but he's still trying to get everything settled in his new digs right now. But anyway,
we've got a lot of things going on too. We've talked about going to the Fairgrounds track and doing a show from there.
We'll see if we can do that.
Let's do that.
But anyway, we're going to wrap this up. For John McClellan, I'm George Phillips for oilpressure.com. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
See ya.